Nothing gets my inner degenerate football fan going quite like picking all 256 NFL games before the injuries inevitably occur and other teams make me look stupid. But anyway, from week 1 to Super Bowl 55, here it is, my 32 teams and their strengths and weaknesses predicting the 2020 season. I'll start off with the NFC West. I got the Niners at 12-4, Rams at 11-5, Seahawks at 10-6, and Cardinals at 6-10. I think the Niners get their second straight title. It's double-digit wins for the Rams and Seahawks, which are enough for wildcard berths to keep Kyler Murray's surging Cardinals in 4th place again. And then over in the NFC South, first place I got the Saints at 12-4, the Bucks at 10-6, the Falcons at 8-8, and then the Panthers in last at 3-13. I do think, everyone's starting to talk about Tom Brady, and this Buccaneers team made a lot of good moves. Brady earns Tampa a wild card spot, but the Saints are again the team that finishes atop the division with the best roster in the entire NFC. The Panthers keep pounding it away, and Christian McCaffrey's a great player, but then the talented Dirty Birds, I think they go 500, and then Dan Quinn probably ends himself with no job in Atlanta after the end of the season. Over in the NFC North, I got the Vikings at 10-6 in first place, the Packers at 8-8. The Bears also at 8-8, and then the Lions at 7-9. I think the Packers whiffing in the offseason means that an evenly matched North with uniquely flawed teams is going to end up going to Minnesota with the Bears, the defense not being able to overcome the quarterback struggles of Mitch Trubisky or maybe Nick Foles, who takes over, I don't know. But then the Lions, I think they're a good team. They will fight to keep it close up until the end, but 7-9 seems likelier than winning a division at this point. Over in the NFC East, I got the Cowboys at 10-6, the Eagles at 9-7, Giants at 6-10, and then Washington at 3-13. I really hope I'm wrong on Dallas, but I think these offensive lineman injuries to the Philadelphia Eagles with Andre Dillard going down, and then this is a tough team for the Eagles to not have all their guys against Dallas, a really tough team with tons of talent. And I think the Giants are rebuilding in a way. They have talent. They can win some games, beat some competitors, but the new coach in Joe Judge is probably going to end up 6-10 and below 500 again. And then with Washington, a complete disaster, but maybe a Rookie of the Year performance from Chase Young with double-digit sacks. Over in the AFC, the Chiefs, no surprise, first place, 12-4. I got the Raiders actually at 9-7 in their first year in Vegas. The Chargers at 8-8 in third place, and then the Broncos at 5-11. Now, Raider Nation, I think they hit the jackpot with the 7 seed because of injuries to Derwin James of the Chargers and then Von Miller of the Denver Broncos. So hopes of battling for second place between the Chargers and Broncos, they definitely have some because of their talent, but I think it goes to the Vegas Raiders, and Derek Carr has a pretty good year, 9-7, and then over in the AFC South, a team that I think is going to keep on rolling on is the Tennessee Titans. At 12-4, I have them in first place, and then the Colts at 8-8, followed by the Texans at 7-9, and then the Jaguars all the way at the bottom at 1-15. I think these head-scratching moves from the Houston Texans really allow the Tennessee Titans to roll on, while an aging Phillip Rivers keeps the talented Colts at like a 500-ish year, and then obviously a really painful year in Duval County for Jags fans. Over in the AFC North, the Ravens 13-3, the Steelers 11-5, Browns 7-9, and then Bengals 3-13. Now, I did go back and forth on whether I thought maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers would come over the top of the Ravens, but I ended up saying that the Ravens would be the team that we all thought they'd be because of the way they added more to their scary run game with J.K. Dobbins being drafted, then Patrick Queen over a linebacker. Lamar in his third year going to have more success on the way. Why not, right? I think Cincinnati will allow Burrow to improve weekly. They got some good weapons on offense, but Big Ben, definitely a bounce-back performance from him to get Pittsburgh a wildcard spot. But again, the flock, Ravens, in first place again with an even scarier team coming back this year, I think. And then the AFC East. The Patriots have won this division for as long as we can remember, right? But I don't know about this year. I really think the Bills have a solid shot. Really well coached with Sean McDermott. I think they go 10-6. Patriots at 9-7 right there, and then the Dolphins and Jets. I got both at 4-12. And some people might think it's a little bit crazy to have the Dolphins losing more games than they did last year, when they added a bunch of pieces, but I don't think one offseason is enough for them to completely rebuild their team. The Jets, I don't think they take flight until Adam Gase is gone as head coach. And then with the Patriots, it really comes down to the fact that they lost a lot of key opt-outs, and their defense, their departures they had there, I don't think they're going to be the same historic defense they were last year, even with Stephon Gilmore. So it's the Bills Mafia celebrating with table slams as they win a division title. And so looking at the playoff picture, I got the Saints at the 1 seed, Niners at the 2 seed, Cowboys at the 3 seed, and Vikings at the 4 seed as the division winners. And then the 2 wildcard teams out of the NFC West would be the Rams and the Seahawks at 11-5 and 10-6, with Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Bucks sneaking in as the 7 seed. So then Baltimore at 13-3 in the AFC, with Tennessee at 12-4, Kansas City at 12-4, Buffalo at 10-6, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers as a wildcard team at 11-5, with New England just barely making it in 9-7, and then the Vegas Raiders at that 7 seed in the Magic season somehow getting in. But over in the playoffs, I think it's kind of chalky. I'm going with the Chiefs to pick up 2 wins. But then, as the defending champs, I think they do get sent home by Baltimore, because just like Mahomes, Lamar has that opportunity to go from MVP to Super Bowl MVP in a year. And I think he does do it by downing Drew Brees in his final game with the Saints and in a Super Bowl win for the Ravens, and that's my team that I'm going with this year. Now, it all depends on health, but I do think Lamar is the guy that is exactly who we think he is. And this team, it all depends on if they're healthy, but they've got a real shot. As far as the awards go, I think Russell Wilson is not a guy who people really appreciate to the extent that they should. He's like that infomercial flex tape that you slap on a leaky bucket of water. I think this guy wins MVP. Clyde Edwards-Helaire over in Kansas City, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and then Chase Young over with Washington. I think those guys are as well positioned as anybody to win Rookie of the Year. And then Aaron Donald on defense, I'm going with the Rams to be another dominating force and get that 3rd Defensive Player of the Year award for him. While over in the NFC West, I think the Offensive Player of the Year goes to DeAndre Hopkins, with Kyler Murray throwing him a bunch of passes in a wide-open Cliff Kingsbury offense. And then Comeback Player of the Year, I really hope that it's Cam Newton, because the guy was kind of chewed up, spit off, and discarded in a way that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So I really hope he can do that. I think Executive of the Year goes to Tampa Bay for their moves. And then Mike Vrabel, because I got the Titans going 12-4, I think he wins Coach of the Year there. So, I mean, I could be wrong on a lot of these. I probably will be wrong on a lot of these. But if I'm right, you know, this is exactly where you heard it. If I'm wrong, don't worry. I'll take it on the chin. But I'm right more than I'm wrong. You guys know this. But it's the Good as Gould Show with Jake Gould. This is your NFL predictions. Stay tuned for the actual season, when things get unpredictable and become really fun for us as football fans.
Yo, what it is, Young Casey Veggie. You're now tuned in to the Good as Gould Show. Swag.